this great shift
Yes.
within our group consciousness within us.
Yes.
So it is great. Doing Akhandhyana is just wonderful. Yeah.
Let me just share the disclaimer.
This great shift within our group consciousness within us.
Hello, friends. Namaste. Good morning or good evening, everyone. This is Lavanya. I live in Australia. So I'll be the host for this session with divine blessings of Dr. Brahmashi Pitamaha Patriji and Swarnamala Patriji. Let us start our today's session. I would like you to welcome back to the Divine Breath YouTube channel, PSSM Australia, initiative of Pyramid Society Movement. Please do subscribe the Divine Breath YouTube channel. So from last 2 weeks, a pyramid master, Madhumitha from India, she's sharing her auto writing messages which she received in her meditation from Mother Earth. So in our last class, Madhumitha shared with us 3 messages. So the message, now first message was when Mother Earth was created, part 1. So Mother Earth was created for our oneness and the change we want to see in others. So we want to change within. So everything is just a reflection of our inner states. So perspective is everything. That's what in message 1. So in message 2, so it was like the same when Mother Earth was created, but it was of part 2. So this is in this message, the key points are to realize the essence of neutrality. We should be observer without any assumptions or any tags. Knowledge of observer will allow us to be in neutrality. The third message is about our higher self. To be in higher self, we need to be observer. Until now, we are in doer state. So from now on, it is the time to be observer. So with that, I would like to welcome our master, Madhumitha. Madhumitha, over to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. You capsuled everything in such a great way. Yeah. Today, we are going to listen to another 2 more messages from Mother Earth, and those messages would be the 23rd and the 31st one. So the 23rd message is on the universal is on the multidimensional selves. So the multidimensional self is the 23rd message, and the 31st message is aliveness. So these 2 messages we are going to listen today. And thank you so much for joining in this session. It really matters a lot that we are here today, gathered here to listen to the voice of Mother Earth, the knowledge that she wants to share with us. She wants us to listen. She wants us to apply in our lives. Something that she wants us to realize, and she wants us to exist like that. So it is very beautiful that in this time of advancement, in this time of shift, we are here together listening to her messages. So it really matters a lot. Yeah. So these 2 messages are very connected with each other, and there is reason that we are listening to them together. And all of the messages from Mother Earth, they just show us the divinity within ourselves. And these messages are exactly, a reflection, a side, it shows a side of our, a dimension of our divinity. So I would like to share it with all of you. So the 23rd message from Mother Earth, it is the multi-dimensional self, and it goes as follows. Enlightenment is being able to explore the multiple dimensions of ourselves. Instead of seeing ourselves in just one fixed view, we should be able to feel, experience, and sense everything in a multidimensional perspective through our intuition. That can only happen when we stop seeing everything through our limited beliefs and start experiencing the divinity and universality within ourselves and all that is there. We have to stop seeing things through a peephole and open our eyes to the magnitude of everything. This requires true and pure spiritual awakening. Such spiritual awakening truly requires a lot of strength, as we need to eradicate all the layers of illusion created by our ego. For that, we need to have a lot of faith, as everything is so dense, it might convince us that all that is lighter is false. But when we become determined to transform ourselves, the entire existence will come in support of us. Ultimately, when we ascend into the universal perspective, our reality will shift. Perspective is everything. Universal perspective is ascension, ascension is new earth. So, that is the message from Mother Earth. And like she says, she wants us to be in our she wants us to become enlightened in such a way that instead of you know uh, blinded by our thoughts, blinded by our illusions, she wants us to live in our universal selves. So in my journey I have realized, after a lot of uh, after removing layers and layers of wounds, after the culmination points of of my inner work was this fact, this knowledge that we should not be personal. Nothing is personal, everything is universal. So that's what I realized through going deeper and deeper and deeper within myself. And truly by truly being in my higher self, or in through the soul consciousness, I realized that there is nothing like personal. We everything, we are a part of this universe. So everything is connected to us, everything, we are connected to the divinity within everything. So we it might seem very it might seem that this concept or this knowledge is very far away from the reality that we are living right now, but actually it's not. It's just one thought away. it's just uh, it's just one shift that needs to happen within us. It's just we need to shift from one perspective to this universal perspective. It's not that simple actually. It's not that difficult, it is actually very simple. So that is what Mother Earth is showing, telling us, showing us through her life and through this message as well, that it is possible. It's just that we need to believe, we need to start believing. And like she says that we just see everything from a peephole. in our house, in the door we have this small peepholes, right? And if anybody comes, we just check through that peephole. So we are also looking at the world, viewing the world, or viewing this entire existence from our limited perspectives, or through our illusions, just like that. She asked us to expand our view, expand our way of seeing things, so that we can truly enjoy and experience things without uh, without seeing everything as they are. How can we truly experience anything? We are just living in the illusions, are surrounding us in our illusions. In my journey, what I have realized is, the only person that is stopping me is myself. Other than that, there is nothing that is going to. It might seem that the physical people in my physical world, or some anything physical, it seems like, it stops us, but in reality, uh, if I truly set my faith in something, or if I truly believe in something, if I truly want something, in reality nothing is going to stop me. If I true The only thing that is stopping myself is me. So I need to check myself. I need to see that all my actions which are which I am making, or all the actions that I am doing, are they rooted from a place of trust, or from my soul consciousness, or are they coming out of fear? So I need to check that. And also, um, uh, we kind of gaslight ourselves, or make us we make us we only make us believe that it's not possible for me, or this is the only way, or we manipulate ourselves into thinking that. But actually, if the life was pretty simple, that's what I understood through Mother Earth's presence. That's what I understood. Life is pretty simple, and there are million and one ways to do certain things, or to bring certain things. And it's not that difficult. Everything is possible, and everything will work as per your purpose. And it's just that we need to realize that. And in one of the messages, Mother Earth says that we are all a part of this flow, even though we are the ones that are stopping ourselves. But we have also planned that we will in this lifetime, I will work upon these wounds, and I will clear them, and I will evolve. So we have only planned this. So it is all this learning is also a part of the flow. So it might seem that like right now, when I'm living this life and experiencing things, for me because we have forgotten all the things that we have planned before coming here, coming onto planet Earth. We have forgotten everything. It is there in our subconscious mind, it is there in within our DNA. But to our to our conscious minds, or to our physical mind, it seems like, oh, this is so new, or what is happening. We might question ourselves, and then we learn something. And but everything, all of this, everything, this drama is part of a flow. And we are just experiencing that flow, and this flow is the creator of everything. It is the creator. So that is what Mother Earth has shared in one another message. So experiencing everything, realizing that we are the ones that are that we are the ones that are stopping ourselves. We need to shift our perspective. This is one dimension of us. Another dimension is that we are already created this perfect flow, and we are just experiencing everything, and we are just observing everything. So there are million and one ways, and many different dimensions to ourselves, because we are such divine and beings. And even this universe, even in the first message only, Mother Earth has said that all these the universe has such intricate systems and mechanisms and everything is simultaneously working together. If I am a very if as in consciousness, we are infinite, we are very deep, and our experiences are very deep, and the knowledge that we are receiving and getting, that we are learning, and everything is has so much depth to it. Uh, every other particle of universe is just like that, and all these particles are moving together, are through their experiences, they're flowing together, that all these members of the universe. So together we are collectively expanding this universe more and more through our experiences. So everything is working together. Even in this physical dimension, it might seem that time, we have past, present, and future, but actually everything is happening together. So the universe itself is so much it has it is just infinite. So everything is very universal. That's what Mother Earth is trying to tell us here. So she says that stop seeing everything from just one, in through just one point of view, or in just one manner, or stop even we also, we just criticize ourselves, or we devalue ourselves. But she asks us to see ourselves as divine beings with so much of greatness. She asks us to realize our magnitude. So all we can do is to see the divinity within ourselves and others. That's the best thing we can do. That's what Patriji always said to us: you're a master, you're a god, right? So that is what Mother Earth is also trying to tell us. And imagine if everybody in this planet Earth start living in their multidimensional selves. That would be so great. And how fast we will advance, we will be the whole systems, and the whole manner, or the ways in which we have lived will shift to another level. So that's just amazing, right? So that is what that's the flow Mother Earth is trying to bring onto the planet Earth. So yeah, that is what the our consciousness is trying to create now. So also, just like she's saying, because we are on this physical realms, doing this will seem very difficult, because everything it's very dense. So like she's saying, because everything is very dense, it must convince us that everything that is light is false. But in one another message, Mother Earth says is, truth is truth is where your belief is. So we need to understand that we need to start believing the reality in which we want to live. Then only we can shift everything. So that is what she has mentioned in this message as well, that universal, we have to ascend into the universal perspective. So for that we need to believe, and when we believe and when we live in it, if we see Patriji or any other enlightened master, they even though they were also living, they are living, or they were living in this physical realm, but they used to live in such universal perspective, because they truly believe in that, right? So that is what Mother Earth is asking us to do. Just let's believe in the universal perspective and live in it. Let's feel it, then our reality will truly shift. And like she's saying, perspective is everything, and this universal perspective will lead to ascension, and through the ascension, through the shift, the new earth, the flow of the new earth will be flowing onto this planet Earth more and more. So, and one another point that she states is, it might take a lot of strength, because we need to attend to all the layers of illusion or wounds that we have been carrying since many lifetimes, and things that have emerged from the ego. Here the ego is mainly through the word ego, she's talking about us being us restricting us to the word I, you know, I, me, myself, my things, my parents, my relationships, or my job, my body, and everything that we associate everything to this my word or I word. Loving ourselves is important, but we cannot we cannot restrict ourselves to the I. We need to expand more and more. uh, we have to go beyond that. So that is what that she's trying to tell us. So that's what I was sharing in the start, that there's nothing personal, we are universal, we are one, we are connected with everything. So we have to live that, what, like, just like she's saying, we need to let go of that ego and layers of illusions and wounds, and it will take us a lot of strength. And for that, the entire universe will be supporting us, the entire existence will be supporting us to, to bring the transformation within ourselves. All we need to do is to have that faith. So that is the message from Mother Earth, 23rd message. Now I would like to read the 31st message from Mother Earth, and this is on aliveness. So Mother Earth says that aliveness is the experience of death. And yeah, aliveness is the experience of death. One can truly live only when they have the true knowledge of the experience of death. Death is just another segment of life. Death is not something our illusionary perceptions have made it to be. With the true knowledge of the experience of death, one sees themselves as a universal entity, as somebody beyond materialism and duality. When this experience bestows upon us, we try to live as per our purpose and see life for what it is, instead of binding it to the perceptions of our mind. We are infinite beings. We are godly beings. When the knowledge of death opens us to our own creatorhood, we celebrate life with utmost gratitude. Death is regeneration. Death is the birth into another phase in the flow of life. Death and birth are equivalents. They are both equally blissful. Death and birth are part of the same reality. Death brings in a lot of newness into a soul's life. Death is an experience in the soul's journey which is filled with infinite joy, ease, rest, reassurance, and comfort. It is like going back to our mother's womb. When earthlings realize this universal truth, they will stop fretting and will start living in their truest essence. This collective enlightenment is much needed to bring about mass spiritual advancement. All of us are beautiful, compassionate, and unique divine beings. All of us are to be appreciated and celebrated. We are light and love, we are whole and one. So that is the message from Mother Earth. And before receiving this message, when before receiving the channeling the 31st message, I saw a dream. And in that dream, what happened was I saw my past life. And in that past life, I was struggling to survive every moment. So I was at every moment I was struggling for my basic needs like food and water. It's like the people in which the people in the around whom I was, everyone was fighting with each other to fulfill their needs. And there was a lot of stress, tension, and I everything was very it struggling to survive every moment. It's very exhaustive. It's exhaustive because you're constantly in that fear. And it's not like you're in fear for some time and then you're okay. It's not like that. You're constantly in the fear that how am I going to live. So that's what was happening in that lifetime. And at the end of my life, I was shot and I died. And within the dream, what happened was I saw what comes after the death. So when my soul left the body, I was in this blackness and I was floating to somewhere. And I experienced such bliss to be back where I was, that I felt a lot of rest, just like Mother Earth stated. I felt reassured that I am back to where I should be. So that gave me immense comfort, and I was happy to be back in my truest state, or to be back in totally in the consciousness. So that bliss I experienced before waking up. So even though the lifetime which I uh, chose was full of struggle and full of fear, but when I was back into my when my soul left the body, it was very happy, very blissful. So that's what I saw in my dream. And for the first time, I used to hear from everybody that death is a celebration, but for the first time I was able to feel that. For I mean, I was able to feel that through that dream. So that's what happened. So in my journey, from day one, from the start of the meditation, uh, I learned about the knowledge of death. Because my brother is a special child. So all the doctors used to say, because he has multiple challenges, all the doctors used to say that he would not have a long span of life. So we used to be in a lot of fear that what will happen if one day he goes, or one day what will happen. That fear used to be constantly there. And I used to be in so much fear that I used to get panic attacks. But through meditation, when we went to Dhyanma Chakra in for the Buddha Purnima in Pyramid Valley, there Patriji said that all of you should become Buddhas. Even Devaki and Vasudev, the parents of Lord Krishna. They lost so many. They I should not say the word lost, but they gave birth to a lot of children, and all of them except Krishna, they left their bodies. But still, they even though one of the children used to leave their body, vacate the body, they used to give birth to another child. They didn't used to be in grief. They just did their purpose. So Patriji asked us to become like them, to be Buddhas, to not to be in grief, but rather we should be able to celebrate this equally important experience of a soul, that is death. So that is what he asked us to do. But when I used to hear all this knowledge, it used to be very tough, because bringing it to into reality, I need to, just like I shared previously for the previous message, to leave all the illusions and to come into this universal perspective, it took a lot of strength, because I need to shift my reality, and that I used to think that I am this body, and I am we were so stuck in this illusion that we are just this body. Going from this to the concept that we are souls and we are always there. It took a lot of it took me at least 2 to 3 years. I constantly worked upon it, and all the situations which I brought in my life, they used to push me to work on this particular aspect. So it used to be very tough, but at the end, I when I completely shifted into this consciousness that I am a soul, towards the culmination, I received this message. And this is a great message from Mother Earth, because everything that we need to become enlightened with is there in this message. Half of our fears is that we will die one day, but death is such a beautiful experience. We don't need to fear it, or we should not let we should not stop anyone from experiencing it. We should rather be happy that they have chosen to experience that particular experience as well. We should be able to celebrate it. But it definitely takes time, but it's not impossible. It is absolutely possible. Not just my experience, but I was reading this abhang from a master. He is called Sant Takuram, and there he says that I saw my death with my own eyes, and I am experiencing all the bliss in this universe. That's what the master said. Because once we realize that we the life continues despite being with body or no body, in the form of consciousness or any form, your astral body, causal, supracausal, any form, but you will continue to experience thing, and you will spread into this infinity that will keep on happening. When you realize that, you will feel immense oneness with everything, and you will be able to see the just like Mother Earth has said in the previous message, we will be able to experience the magnitude of everything that becomes possible through this experience. So imagine how important it is for a soul to go through the experience of death. So like Mother Earth is saying, it's not something our illusionary perceptions have made it to be. We can only truly live when we experience the knowledge of death. Then only we will be able to fulfill the purpose for which we are here. We will understand that, okay, I'm here to experience things as well as to fulfill my purpose. We are such great divine beings. We are godly beings. So everything, things are much beyond. In the first message, Mother Earth shares that we think that we are our body, we are our relationship, we are our house, we are our job, and things like that. But actually, these are just like a river which has tributaries, right? These are just a part of us. These are not us. That's what she shares in the first message. So all the things that we believe, that our illusionary perceptions, they made us believe that I am this, I am that, but actually we are much more, we are beyond that. Yes, we are here to experience good food and all these material things. We are here to experience them as well, definitely, but they are not us. We are something beyond. So we are infinite beings, we are godly beings. And like Mother Earth says, that death opens us to us our own creatorhood. We realize that, okay, we are the creator of our own reality. We have planned everything perfectly. We have come here, we are experiencing things. And now, even the moment when we have to vacate our body, we have also planned that. And we are such great beings that we are, taking experience of everything to understand how infinite our consciousness is. So it things become, we start to celebrate things, and one line that Mother Earth shares is, in this soul's death is an experience in the soul's journey which is filled with infinite joy, ease, rest, reassurance, and comfort. It is like going back to our mother's womb. And at first I didn't understand why she's defining this experience is like our experience of being in our mother's womb. Then she gave me a message that, it is because when we experience death, we go back to our source energy. That's why it is like going back to our mother's womb. We are totally in the original and pure, we are in the pure consciousness. So that's why she used such words to describe this experience. So because in one of the message, the message name is regeneration. So in that message, Mother Earth says that it is regeneration is our nature to to change, to bring newness, to shift what is old and to bring out the newness. She shares a line that, when we cultivate, when we do farming, what we do is we bring out the new soil from within, and we turn over the old soil and bring out the new soil. So our nature is to bring to experience newness. So we constantly change, we constantly try new things, we try to experience newness. We are always trying to experience newness, or our nature is to regenerate, because our nature is to expand. Our nature is to experience the infinity. That is why we are always trying to experience the new. So this experience of death is very important because it brings newness. And death and birth are equivalents, because both of them bring newness into our journey. Constantly we bring newness through these experiences. So it's not like birth is a good thing and death is a bad thing. Both are the same. Both are shifting our forms into something else, or throwing or our soul experiencing things in another form. It's like that. Both are one and the same. They're not different. They are just two sides of the same coin, that is life. So that is what Mother Earth is saying. So it is very important that we experience this, or any soul, it is very important for any soul to experience this. And it is a very, very universal and very, very natural thing. and we should accept that truth. We should not fight it. We should not try to struggle with it. In fact, we should welcome it. We should be happy about it. We should be celebrating about it. And that is what Mother Earth is saying, that we when we this the earthlings will realize this universal truth, they will stop fretting, they will stop worrying, and they will live in their truest essence. And when the knowledge of death will the true knowledge of death will when every earthling will receive this knowledge, will live in this knowledge, then a huge mass spiritual advancement will be happening on our planet Earth. And it is very important for this advancement has to happen. It is very important. um, that is what she's saying. So in the end, she adds that we are light and love, we are whole and one. So yes. So when Patriji vacated his body, I always felt that I always feel that he's my greatest friend. So when he vacated his body, I didn't because I only saw myself struggling with the experience of death. But now, because through this message and through all the experiences, I got to apply this knowledge. And when I was able to do that, I was truly able to celebrate it. And at first, before when I came into meditation, what seemed impossible is possible now. And it seemed very beautiful and amazing that I was able to celebrate this experience of an entity, and also to be able to experience an entity not just through their body, but also through their through their essence, through their consciousness. I still feel that he's there with us. It's not like I'm feeling any loss or things like that. And such an enlightenment, it is so beautiful. And it is just so I have no words. It is beyond anything. And I was truly grateful to experience such an amazing knowledge, and to be able to live that. Yes, I did feel certain emotions, because we are in this physical body. But when I remembered the when I listened to the words of Patriji, that we are not mind consciousness, we are not soul consciousness, we are that. We are not mind consciousness, we are not body consciousness, sorry, we are soul consciousness, we are that. And that is what the line in the Upanishad states, that tattvamasi. In one simple line, everything is given, that you are that, you are everything that is there. And we have and all these experiences give us a chance to live that, to experience that deeply. If we are in the spiritual levels, we are not able to experience things to such depth. But being in this physical realm, we are getting an opportunity to experience everything to its deepest levels, to feel everything, to be the knowledge. So even if it might seem difficult at one point, it doesn't mean that it will continue forever. Everything shifts, changes, and you will also expand, and you will be able to experience that. And it is possible. uh, you are in that process. That is why this knowledge keeps on coming to us through various masters, and through Mother Earth, or anybody who has experienced that. They try to share with us, because we are in the process, right? So yes, I just wanted to share this knowledge with everybody. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you for listening, for coming here. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhumitha. Thank you so much for your time and for your energy in explaining this. And yeah, the aliveness message, which is just needed as of now, because as you've said, like as Patriji has moved from physical plane to astral planes. So a few of us, I mean, even me, I could not accept that. So this message is really needed at this moment. So let me just open the floor to the questions. In the meanwhile, if no one has any question, then I'll ask a few of the questions. Friends, masters, please let us know if you have any questions, either in the chat or in the group message. Anything is fine. Chandana, thanks, Chandana. Thank you so much, Madhumitha. Great words.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So in Madhumitha, so how was this your first interaction? How did you meet Patriji? Can you just say a few words?
Actually, I met Patriji in 2019 on 30th March. I remember the date because on that day I finished my boards, 12th boards, and in the evening we went to meet Patriji. They were doing meet for the Pyramid Party of India, and for the first time I met him there. And my mother was sharing her experience with Patriji, and I saw so much respect and compassion in his eyes that I always wanted to see within everybody. Or I just saw in his eyes, and I instantly got connected with him. I never used to trust anybody, but just by experiencing his presence, I automatically, trusted him, and I was like that at that point of time. So, and I got, connected with his knowledge, and yeah, it was amazing.
Wow, wonderful.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Aruna ma'am, thank you, ma'am. Vanaja ma'am, thank you. Wonderful session, Madhumita. From MS, as you said, it's really hard to apply this knowledge in real world with all the relationships, responsibilities, memories that we have in one another.
Yes, but it's not impossible. It's possible. If one can experience that, then others can also do that.
Yes. So, Madhumita, in multidimensional self, so the one thing which is needed is faith. So, with that faith, everything can be experienced. That's what the message from multidimensional thing, isn't it?
Yes, it
Faith.
starts from trusting yourself, or trusting, whatever is lighter, or the knowledge. It starts from there, and then we will get the strength to transform from the limited perspectives into the universal perspectives. Yes.
So, I mean, that's what recently I'm able to sense that, okay, for one, even for normal works, like we have so many options. Like for that moment, I would say that this is the perfect thing, but in another moment, it would change. My perspective will change. So I was just wondering the other day, how could I mean, see so many perspectives like within few minutes or few days, my perspective is shifting. So I was just wondering. So now this message, when I heard this message, like, okay, you have multiple million things or ways for your perspective. So it's like, but it is very hard, probably like whatever the way which we choose, it's for our experience, right? So it's like whichever the way, but you told me very easily, like life is pretty simple, keep it simple. So
Actually, we tend to worry that, if things will happen or not, and like that. But we might not realize it, but everything happens in a very precise and a planned manner. In this experience, the experience which we have bought with ourselves, we everything seems new, and everything will seem that it will seem questionable actually. So it might seem like that, but everything will happen according to the nature and according to the plan that we have already planned. So at the end of the day, we can just trust the nature and believe that okay, it is happening as it has to be.
Has to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though we have multiple ways, but it will happen what it has to happen to experience what we have come.
Yes, yes. Yes.
And I also learned that, I mean, normally in our companies and everything, so they keep changing. You have to embrace the change. You have to embrace the change. That is a word which they use constantly. So I used to have this like, why always the new things? So this example of you told like the turning out the soil to get the new. So that's the reason probably like we turn everything so to experience the new things in our life.
Yes.
It's like new thing. I mean, though it's probably it has gave me some kind of knowledge, though it is a normal thing statement, but I have got a little more perspective, I think.
Yes,
Today.
yes. Everything in this universe is such a paradox, you know. All the opposite things happens together.
Yes.
All the experiences seem new, but they are already planned. We should experience the newness, but there's a pattern to certain things. So such a paradox. So yeah,
Yes.
it's just we are experiencing and we are just being. Yeah.
Yeah. You also stated that nothing is personal. So even this message was also in our first class. Also, you did say that our actions matters the most. So here today's nothing is personal. So everything is universal. So it's like it's too much. I mean, normally we feel that okay, few things, few experiences we normally don't share to even our closed ones as well. So now I'm realizing, okay, it's nothing is personal, everything is in universal consciousness. It's like something new which I'm learning from these messages. So yeah.
Yeah. Recently, I was listening to Paripatri ma'am's interview, and she shared that, you know, Patriji never wore a mask. Whatever he was feeling inside, he used to express. So there is that's how we should live, because we are sometimes because of our fears we put on a mask. I did that a lot of times, you know, because I used to fear people's opinions and judgments. But in by doing that I was not able to address myself completely. I was not able to address whatever that was going within me. But once I took up the mask and stopped seeing things in one point of view, then I realized that you know it's not just about me doing things or me. It's not it's not that limited. I can um, I'm not able to put that into words, but what I want to say is we should address ourselves completely. Everything, every emotions, we should not criticize. We should not uh, uh, devalue. We should totally address it, express it, and um, you know and expand our viewpoints so that we can uh, live in our terms and do things that are that serves to our purpose. And Patriji always told me that, you know, speak your truth. And all my life I used to suppress what I wanted to express, because I was so scared that what others might think. I used to hesitate a lot. I used to be very formal, but uh, through PSSM I was able to realize that there are no formalities in spirituality. We express whatever we want to express, and we have to address ourselves like that. We should not criticize our opinions and whatever we are feeling. We should uh, or the one thing that I always felt was, just like our physical wounds, we should also address our emotional wounds. If what if we get a cut on our skin, if we don't address it, we leave it, the blood keeps on flowing and it becomes septic and all. So before that happens, we should address that wound, right? Just like that, we should also address our emotional wounds with a lot of compassion. Um, um, so we should not blame ourselves. So that is what I'm slowly understanding. So that's a very important lesson in my journey. I hope I was able to express it properly. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Yeah, yeah, you did. Emotional thing, yes, especially I mean, normally we tend to suppress it. The physical things, yes, we normally give attention to it, but the emotional things, which it might not come up to the level which in our consciousness, but we have to address it by sitting and observing it. Okay, then we would be able to realize what wounds are there internally. Yes, yes. From childhood, our wounds are keep layering upon layering, and we have to start peeling it out. Yeah, so that to we can connect to our own conscious level. And regarding this experience of death, I mean, first of all, I need to congratulate you, like to get to that experience level that you're celebrating the death. I'm still working on that. So uh, it's like really, like I feel um, the closed one's death really it has a lot of thing. I mean, you always worry about what might happen or what it might happen. But when you say that each soul has designed its purpose to experience what it has to, even the death, it has designed and come. So probably we should be able to take that and try to get that knowledge, like to be open and to take the life as it is, instead of having all this kind of limitation beliefs. This has to happen this way, this has to happen that way. um,
My brother, he cannot talk physically, but astrally he used to give me messages, that my experience of death is the happiest experience for me. It's something I have chosen for myself. So he asked me to become enlightened, so that I should not just see him in his body, but I should be able to feel his presence, body or non-body. I should be able to feel his presence. So he used to ask me to accept the happiest, or the it is the greatest decision for himself that his soul has made. So he used to ask me to accept it, to come in terms with it. So that's how he used to give me messages astrally. So I used to get such messages, many messages like that. And he also showed me what happens astrally, after one receives death. They what happens in the astral realms, as soon as they receive the death, they also plan the next lives as well. So how they plan the blueprints, how they review all the life that they have spent on earth, and how the masters come to receive them, and how kind of they take their time by doing meditation in the astral realms as well, to adjust with the to adapt with the change shift of energies. They meditate there. So everything he showed me, and through many messages and many visions, slowly and slowly I was able to totally grasp that, and understand and imbibe that, it is very natural. It is they are very, the soul which is vacating the body, they are very very happy with the experience. And after receiving such messages, I got to experience the dream in which I was able to experience my own death in the previous lifetime. Then I understood what he was talking about. So through the feeling as well. At first it was just others point of view that I was listening to. Now I was able to experience it myself. So I was truly able to understand the happiness that the soul experiences. And also, uh, when I went to Mahatar Babaji's caves, there Babaji showed me, the attachment that which we have with our loved ones. That is not love. That is not love, because love is very universal, and it is a lot, it is in oneness, so he showed me that, all these emotions in the astral form, they become this dense matter. They not matter dense, they become this dense form that is like grease, it is like sticky grease. So I was able to feel that within me and my brother. And then I understood that, I should respect him. I should in divine love there is freedom. We don't hold or bind things. We respect others. If it is his decision, then I should respect it. I should not stop him. And it is suffocating for the other soul as well, right? That someone is feeling is such strong emotions and they're binding them. I should not do that. So that's what I realized when Babaji showed me that. So that is one more experience that I had received. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Thanks for sharing, Madhumitha. It really opens a different perspective for us. And thank you for really sharing the experience. Just ask our past friends if you have any questions or any other comment, let us know. If not, yeah, I think we don't have any other questions, Madhumitha. So thank you so much. And really, the messages are prompt messages for us for today. Thank you so much for bringing these messages to us. And I would also like to appreciate your time, especially in the odd time zone. And I really have to thank you a lot for doing these sessions for us. And you have this energy, even that particular moment also. I mean, I'm not sure how you are getting that energy even in the odd times. Whether you have a beautiful smile on the face, and I like the way you're taking the sessions. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I always feel such beautiful vibrations and energies when I share the messages here. So thank you so much for accepting the messages so beautifully. It is everybody's message. It is everyone that is on planet Earth or anywhere in the universe. It is theirs. So thank you so much for coming and receiving it, connecting with Mother Earth, and creating such a platform. So thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Madhumitha, once again. Thank you.